Alright guys, welcome to today's video. The first thing we're gonna do, I know I mentioned to you before how the limiter on the Z was kind of unenthusiastic. It just goes bum 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 bum. So I hit up Martin over at RS Enthalpy, had him make a few tweaks, and he said now it should have more like a motorcycle rev limiter and instead be like whirrrr. So I'm gonna do a quick test on the rev limiter. Alberto just rolled up. We're gonna also figure out what's going on with the E36 that has me thinking there's a big issue with the trans. Hey Mike, can you film a clip of me bouncing this off rev limiter?
Absolutely.
It might be loud.
Okay.
I'd probably stand in the shop somewhere.
Okay. Are you doing pop pop?
What?
Pop pop.
No pops. Different style rev limiter.
That is sick.
It's a little better, but watching the air-fuel ratio, it seems like it might go a little lean up there, so I'm just gonna have to be careful and keep an eye on that. It's gonna be kind of hard to show you guys on the lift. You might have heard it from the video the other day, but it appears as if something internally in the first half of the two-piece drive shaft is failing. It's weird. It's not doing it right now, but you'll just have to take our word for it.
It just sounded like this.
Yeah, like that's what it sounded like when it engaged. So
Something that was loose, not loose anymore.
yeah, I don't know. It's almost like there's a broken piece inside. But regardless, we are going to take the one-piece drive shaft from Drift HQ. That should eliminate a lot of the issues we've been having in the car. I wanted to try to stay two-piece because that's what Chelsea advised. I know the guibo and everything is really important. This will. I'm just sketched out about breaking another drive shaft more than anything, to be honest. I don't want that.
Breaking a drive shaft is scarier.
I'd rather break a diff than a drive shaft.
Oh, it's just really nicely.
We've gotten a lot of drive shafts made, but I've never seen one like this. I guess this is, since the BMW style has a flange on both sides, you need to be able to have that adjustment to be able to get in and out. It's pretty cool. So this is Drift HQ's Guibo Eliminator. They got a thing against guibos, I guess. So they eliminate all of them.
We will start smooshy. That's weird.
You're smushy, it's weird.
I know.
Alberto made a discovery. What is your discovery?
So these are your bolts that hold the guibo to the transmission, right?
Uh-huh.
Look at this funny one. What happened to this bolt?
What?
Wow. It like worn down, like the whole shaft of the bolt. It's been like playing and wearing. And it's bent too, so it doesn't come off.
So it's a good thing that I noticed this.
Yes.
Interesting.
Because you could have another
Guibo failure.
bent in that port bell house transmission tunnel. Yeah, we don't want that, but that's funny. Look at that. It wore out so much.
With everything going on right now, you guys may or may not have noticed that everyone is buying a lot more stuff online since we're not able to go out and go shopping. And if you guys are selling stuff online, getting orders out fast can be really difficult, and managing everything is definitely helpful. We ship quite a bit of stuff with LZMFG, and thankfully one of my new sponsors, if you guys remember, is ShipStation. If you're not familiar with ShipStation, it's the fastest, easiest, and most affordable way to manage and ship all your orders. Just a few easy clicks and you guys can be printing labels, managing orders, and having happy customers. As I mentioned before, when we switched over to ShipStation, we saved a bunch of money because what they do is they take all the carriers and allow you to compare and choose the best rates, and because they do so much volume, you get access to ridiculously low rates, so you know you're getting the best deals. Super easy to integrate, super easy to manage, and it doesn't matter where you're selling. Amazon, Etsy, your own website, they're literally the #1 choice of online retailers, and I want you guys to go check them out. Use the code ADAMLZ at the top of the homepage on ShipStation. There'll be a link in the description. You will get access to ShipStation for free for 60 days, so you can start meeting the new demands of this shipping culture of the time that we are living in right now. Once again, it's just shipstation.com. Use the code ADAMLZ and you can make ship happen. And while we're on the topic of shipping, I have a cool couple pieces of merch to share with you. So we did officially just do a restock on the Pretend Race Team tees, the JZX 100 tees. I know a lot of you guys were asking about the best car in the world that we are actually taking to the track tomorrow, which I'm super excited. Oh, it's in this video. You guys will see this. So fast forward through me talking if you want to see me ripping Evo on the track. And the coffee tee, which is one of my favorites because I love coffee, and the JDM cup holder, and it's a cool design. But One extra cool thing, I will say, unfortunately, we were not able to produce any more of the pink hoodies because of a supplier being shut down. I could have gotten a lower quality, like cheap pink blank, but I didn't want to do that because I know you guys really liked them. But we were able to get black hoodies in the same blank and do the inverse with a pink embroidered logo on a black hoodie. So if you have one of the hats, it matches really nicely, looks cool. The hats are actually restocked as well. We sold out of these and the pink hoodies, and now all this is back in stock. And as I mentioned before, we do have a very big surplus of stickers right now. All really nice quality die-cut stickers made in-house. So if you get any more than one piece of clothing, we'll hook you up with 10 die-cut stickers. And I'm sure you guys know, like, companies charge like $2 a sticker, $3, sometimes even $5 a sticker. How crazy is that? You get 10 free. That's like $100 worth of free value with your merchandise. So anyway, we'll go back to the shop. You know, you guys know I hate annoying you guys with merch stuff, but gotta do what I gotta do. So thank you guys. So testing round 2, we're gonna go on another quick drive with the E36. I gotta go pick up some parts from the auto parts store, and I'm trying to go get a smoothie. So I'm gonna set up the GoPro and we'll go for some harder rips this time to test out the new drive shaft. This is actually the first time I've had this thing out in the sun and been able to look at it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see in the video, but I can really see all the sparkles now in the cage. Looks super neat. Clutch, you start to get lots of like little rattles and weird stuff because the stock one just, because the stock flywheel just dampens so much noise. Literally just died in traffic. Man, I should have been filming. Oh boy, that was stressful. On the side of the road, no hazards. Thankfully, a nice dude in an Acura came and like stood behind me with his hazards. I've already brought the Power Probe. It turned out to just be a bad relay, so we just bypassed it for the time being. But literally, I was a block away from AutoZone, so I'm just gonna go pick up another relay. Again, street testing, so this doesn't happen on the track. This right here is a serious problem. The E36, which is a phenomenal car, has 0 cup holders, so I'm thinking we're gonna need to change that today. 5 a.m. bright and early, ready to leave in my decorated driveway. It's kind of cool. I'm excited to go to the firm with kind of a different outlook today. I'm not really chasing lap times. I just want to get the Evo set up as best I can. So I'm going to use a tire probe, camber gauge, try to dial in the alignment as best I can using the knowledge that I've gained over the past couple months. Play around with that one way, see if I can kind of change my driving style to suit it better. But overall, it's just been forever since I've driven that car, since it's kind of boring on Florida road, so I'm excited to take it out again. We made it. As always, we're on a little bit late. Whoops. I'm gonna make a driver's meeting though, so it's all good. So I hit up Jamie and he's actually going through the ECU right now. I know last time I took this thing on track, it was having a couple issues with boost cutting just because the characteristics and the way I drive is a little bit different than on the street. So he's dialing that in. Another fun little fact, I took out my center caps this time because last time on track, the wheels got so hot that the center caps actually melted and just fell right out. So took them out, so that won't happen again because they are expensive. I picked up a tire probe and my goal is today to figure out how much camber I actually need on this car by monitoring pressure all across the tire and adjusting accordingly to get the most I possibly can on this car and hopefully reduce some of the understeer. Since I've done quite a few track days with the Evo, I'm gonna try to switch things up a little bit and be as analytical as I possibly can in this video. For reference, we are starting at about 22 PSI cold all around. I would expect it to heat up to about 30. We're gonna do a couple laps, get some heat and everything, and then we'll start playing with things and start checking tire pressures and figuring out how she is.
finally started getting a little bit of kind of like oversteer coming into the corners, which is perfect, so I can kind of set up and then drive out, which is how these cars are supposed to drive. But for whatever reason, maybe alignment was off last time, maybe my pressures were off. Little bit of understeer still, so I'm gonna try not lowering the rear as much as I'm gonna lower the front. We're gonna take the tire probe real quick, see where temps are at, and then, or maybe we should check pressures first. We'll do that. In the rear, we've aired up to 26.2, which still is fine. I'm not even gonna air these down. Whoa, look at all that brake dust. It is cooking up in here. Let's see in the front, what are we at? 29.9, so we'll air these down to match the rears. Let's take out the tire probe and see. The fronts are at 29.9, and I know these tires are happiest around 27, 28, no less. So what I'm gonna do is air these fronts down a little bit, but leave the rears, so that hopefully these will creep up to around 28 and the rear will air up closer to like 30, 32. So if you're not familiar with these things, what it'll do is tell us what part of the tire we're using. So that way we can figure out and adjust camber to make sure that we're getting the most out of the setup that we possibly can. So on the very inside, we have about 122. In the middle, about 120. And the outside edge, about 115. So what that tells me is, if anything, we don't have so if anything, I think we would have too much camber. But a 5 pressure, or a 5-pound difference isn't really that much, which is interesting. So the front alignment might actually be pretty good. Go ahead and check the wheel on the other side. We have about 137 degrees on the outside. So I guess what's weird is this isn't the outside wheel, this is the inside wheel. I wonder if that's something to do with all-wheel drive stuff. So we're seeing 131 on the outside, and the inside 150, almost 160. So this tire is getting a lot hotter for some reason. I don't know why. It could have something to do with the way that an all-wheel drive car operates on track. I'm not super familiar with it, but the beauty is I'm trying to collect as much data as I can, because I know a lot of you guys do know a lot about these cars, and if I give you all the data, it'll be easy for, you know, not every comment's gonna be right, but if I give you guys data, chances are in the comment section there'll be someone very knowledgeable that can tell us, okay, this tire is getting hot because of this reason. So since this tire was so much hotter, I'm gonna check the pressure on this side, because I checked it on the other side, but not this side. I bet it's hotter. I bet it's higher. Yeah, so this side's almost 30. Don't mind this rub marks, these are old. But I do know this little indicator right here, as long as we're not getting down into that, that means we can still go down in pressure because we're not fully under the sidewall yet. So I am gonna go down a bit on these. So I did a bit of research real quick, and the optimum temperature for these tires is actually between 85 and 95 Celsius, which I think would be closer to 180 to 200. So that front right tire is just getting to temp, and the other one's still a little cool. So maybe that's part of the reason it's getting warmer. The tires just aren't up to temp yet, but I don't know. I'm just trying to learn. Rear tires are up to 30 now. Fronts aired up to about 28. I lowered them back down a little bit. The car's still being a little bit understeery. Let's check tire temp. Outside of left front is still only 116. Inside of left front is about 124. Not a huge difference. I know that crazy difference is when you want to start adjusting camber, but it's looking pretty similar across the tire. This one, however, 132 on the outside. $146 on the inside. It's just puzzling me that this one's getting so much hotter than the other one, because this tire is the one on the inside the whole time, where the other one's the one on the outside. But like I said, maybe with all-wheel drive, this is the one that's doing all the dragging and getting slid around, where the other one is staying on the ground. So right now my consensus is the car feels phenomenal always, like the first 2 laps, and then once these tires start getting heat on them, they fall off really hard. Oh man, is it raining? I was about to talk about how all I want to do is go from, I did like a 117 flat. Previously my best with it was a 118, and I just wanted to get down to a 116. But I don't know if it's going to be possible now that it's raining. I want to try different tires because these tires just tend to fall off pretty hard. The MT01s on the Mustang I like quite a bit more than these, but as a street tire, I'm really happy with our 888s. No, the rain.
The rain is coming hard now. Look at that.
No. a second off from my best time in the Porsche, which I'm pumped about.
That's insane. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. I think the last time he was here, his fastest lap in that car was a 18 or 18.5. So that is awesome. From the outside, like it looks fast, but when you're actually driving in it or sitting passenger like I was, there's so much going on. That car is wild on the inside, and it pulls everywhere. It hooks up, there's so much grip. The all-wheel drive is gnarly coming out of like every corner. Man, that car looks like a blast. This is bad though, because I was already like starting to look at Evos, and I'm like, oh, this is fun, because I drove this car on the street once, and that was enough to, you know, get me interested. Now, seeing this thing on track, man. Evo, maybe. What's up, Mr. 16s?
Well, here we are, another time at the track with a funnel and questionably lifted head. The car is still doing weird overboosty stuff. The wastegate line is on, so I don't think it's leaking from there. No, sir. Is it? Hold on, let me make sure it's still attached before I eat my words. But anyway, and the car is just drinking coolant. It's just pissing it out the overflow. Like, you just drank 3 lemonades and a slushie at the movie theater. That's 1 lap with this thing. It is not good. And it sucks because I go over the bumps and the overflow sprays in my face, and my face burns like hot buttered popcorn at the movie theater when your friend sprays it in your face. And now I'm sad because I think the head might have lifted from all the boost and probably getting it really hot because there was so much steam in there. I think what initially happened, what triggered all this, maybe I lifted the head because it got so hot, because I saw this cap popped off. Like, this was sitting, chilling like this. So it might have overflowed, but then not sucked it back up. So then it got an air pocket that then translated into steam that bubbled and caused more pressure, blew it out. And here we are. Now, inspecting these lines that I was just talking about, they appear to be okay. So, wastegate line is on the wastegate.
Yikes.
Big yikes.
Yeah.
I have to explain everything to her in rotary. So I was like, you know those water seals on your rotary? What are they called?
Water seals?
Oh, yeah.
I was just saying, are you going to explain to them what our conversation we just had?
Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, I think I lifted my head. She's like, what did that mean? So
Okay, oh, that's how I sound? Wow, okay, I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen.
Somebody's in a better mood now. You were a little Miss Krabby Pants earlier, but now you got a big smile on your face while my head's been lifted.
Because you're making fun of my...
You enjoy me seeing me in pain?
I mean, I just don't know, you know, piston life yet that much, but, you know, I just been learning rotary things the past few years, so I just don't know all the things.
You guys want to know a funny joke? So she wants to like learn more about piston engines and everything, right? So she's like talking about getting an all-wheel drive car.
Oh my gosh, don't even start this conversation.
She was gonna get a Subaru.
Dude, maybe I just hate life and I like complicated things. I mean, we got the rotaries. I'm hanging out with you now.
Were you calling me complicated?
Wow. Oh man, yeah, but you translated it well.
I'm pumped. I'm 2 seconds faster than last time. So
yeah, that's insane.
That's an achievement. I think the LSD works. I just think I need, and the tire probe works. I just think that I need grippier fronts. Like, I could probably get away with leaving these in the rear. Man, it feels so sick that first lap when I can get it sideways, but then the front loses all its grip.
Yeah, but see, if you get faster, then you're gonna have to come back here with a GT3 RS and be like, you're gonna have to get faster in that car, because you're about to be faster than that in the Evo.
That's what I want. I want homie to rock up here, just like random homie to rock up here in a GT3 RS.
Right.
And I want to pass him in my Evo.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Anybody that owns a GT3 RS? Overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am very happy that I got the Evo where it is. I'm excited to try some new tires. Make sure you give me some suggestions. Just for reference, I'm on 245, 40, 17 R888s. Just looking for a little more grip. I don't really drive the car much other than track days at the moment, and when I do, I'm driving hard. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.